So now the epicenter is in the United States, particularly in Wall Street, a few blocks from here. And Europe and Japan are also feeling that because they are international financial centers. But as you know, the collateral damage is hitting the developing countries as well through transmission channels that you're all familiar with, the trade channel, the finance channel, the balance of payments channel, and so on. The latest estimate that we have seen from the IMF and World Bank is that economic growth in developing countries on average is expected to fall from 8.3% in 2007 to 1.6% in 2009. That's a fall of 6 to 7 percentage points of GNP. And that's higher on average than the fall in developed countries. And of course, this again masks the fact that for many developing countries, the fall is much larger. This 1.6% average growth is mainly due to the fact that India and China are still going to have moderate growth. If you remove that, you will find that many developing countries are now in deep recession. Some countries are 5 to 8% of GNP, negative growth in the first quarter. I read the Wall Street Journal headlines, I think last month, that Mexico itself had deceleration of growth of 20% in the first quarter. That is third quarter to fourth quarter annualized. So although we were not responsible, we are suffering the collateral damage. And what the South Center paper tries to do, our perspective is, in this whole debate on the crisis and what to do, what is the interests and needs of the developing countries? I mean, there are many things in the international financial architecture that needs reform. For example, the regulation of hedge funds, the control of banks, and whether you should re-regulate the banks, and new banking codes and so on, which we consider to be extremely important because these regulations or non-regulations will also affect the developing countries. But we have asked ourselves the question as to what is a priority for developing countries in the reform of the international system, and what assistance do the developing countries need, international assistance, immediately for them to mitigate the effects of the crisis, which are now getting from bad to worse in the developing countries. As you know, there's a lag time from a financial crisis to the real economy crisis, and then there is a lag time from what happens in the developed countries to what happens in the developing countries, and therefore the effects on the developing countries came months after you felt the effects in the United States, for example. But now we are really beginning to feel it quite deeply. And our fear is that this crisis will last for at least another 1 or 2 years. Even if it's not such a sharp deceleration, it might be a very slow recovery. Some people talk, instead of a V-shaped recovery, this may be a buffed up kind of recovery in which you go down and then you stagnate for some time and then maybe you go up again. And of course the question is, how long is this buffed up going to be?